First of all, Coach, everybody's talking about you guys coming into the Heritage Conference this year. So how does it feel knowing that you're going to be going into a new conference, and how have you guys prepared for that?
For us, it's nice that we're going to be in a conference that we're consistently going to be playing the same teams. Whenever you're in District 7, they realign every 2 years. So sometimes, you have an idea who you're going to play. Other times you're playing teams that you don't see all the time. So, from a standpoint of moving into this conference for this year, it's almost sort of like, along the same lines of that with a realignment. After 2 years, you don't know much about the teams that you're going to be playing. So, after this year, it's going to be nice that you're going to be able to develop consistent rivalries and know who you're going to play from year to year. From an approach standpoint, we're not approaching this year any different than we have in the past. We have our process that we follow and how we go about preparing for a season, regardless of who we're playing or what conference we're in.
And I saw you guys play last year against Purchase Line at the end of the season there. You lost guys like Brandon Stover and Brad Schaefer. So how are you going to replace guys like that, and who do you have coming back?
Well, those are, they were good ball players for us. It's always tough to replace guys like that, but when you're in high school, that's part of the business. You have every year it's a different team each year. So I feel confident that we're going to have some kids step up and take over for them. In the end, there's no choice. We have to find someone to step up. I think from the quarterback position, Devin Fairman, who played split end for us last year, I think he's going to step in and do a real good job for us. And as far as for Brad, we have about 3 or 4 kids right now that are going to be competing for our tackle spots. So it's going to be nice that we're going to have some competition here in camp, and it's going to be interesting.
And how have the kids responded to switching the conferences, and how have they felt about that?
To be honest with you, again, like I was saying, we prepare the same regardless of who we're playing, and we really haven't talked too much about it. Because come week 1, it doesn't matter if we're playing Blairsville or if we're playing Highlands. It's the same thing. So again, we haven't really talked a whole lot about the conference change. It's football. Mm-hmm. So.
And any specific goals that you guys had set for yourselves already, or anything like that?
No different than any year before. Our goal is always to compete within the conference and compete for a conference title and get to the playoffs. So that, even though we may not have achieved that, every year, the goal is still the same. So that's what we're shooting for.
And do you feel like in the last couple of years, it seems like your team's kind of played with a chip on their shoulder after that big losing streak that they had and everything like that? Do you feel the same this year, that they have that?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to develop. The last 3 years, we're 15-15, and I know for some people, well, that's not that impressive. But knowing where we have come from, and the program that I feel that we're starting to build, but yeah, we always want to play with a physical approach. We don't want to go out and be out hit by anybody. I'll put it that way. That's our. We want to be a physical football team, and we want to make sure the other, our opponent knows that they're in a ball game. So hopefully we can continue to build, from our past seasons.
And then do you have any kids this year that have, at this point, surprised you already, or you think might surprise you in camp?
It's hard to say right now. It's football in shorts. So if you ask me again here in a week or two, I might be able to give you a different answer. So I'm hoping that once we put the pads on here on the 15th and start 2-a-days, that I'm sure we'll have some kids that will surprise us. There's always somebody every year that surprises you.
All right, guys, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Hey.